Still, I mean, he's still taking down 10 to 15 vills during that raid. That's an effective raid.
Good.
I hear it's just white hat in to take care of the trebuchet.
Oh yeah, at the same time. At the same time. Hello everyone, and welcome to round 2 of this week's Weekend Smackdown. The theme of this week, or the map of this week, is going to be Gold Rush, one of my favorite maps. I'm joined here with Dartagnan, who was the #1 seed in this tournament, and WakkoTobacco, who had a very impressive showing in the last game against his opponent. And I'm here with Trey today. And what do you think about this Civilization matchup?
Well, I'm happy to see that it's something different than Indians. We've got Burmese here from Dartagnan in the blue versus WakkoTobacco, who are the Spanish. So the Burmese, you know, obviously a great unique unit. That's going to be interesting to see if we can get to Castle Age. Same, actually, with Spanish as well. This time it's a little bit further of a rush. They have to walk all the way across the map. Not particularly more favorable spawns either way, I don't think. Both seem to be pretty standard. You know, they've got wood lines in the back. Golds are both kind of exposed. Well, Dartagnan has a slightly better gold situation, so maybe he can, you know, stay at home a little bit longer before having to go out and branch out into the middle. It's going to be really interesting to see. But both have the possibility to, of course, go scouts or go archers. Just depends.
Yeah, both these civilizations, they could definitely draw a lot of comparisons for themselves. You know, both civilizations have a very strong, unique unit that are great at raiding. Recently, the Arimbai did get nerfed. We are on the newest patch, so the Arimbai do cost quite a bit more than before, but certainly very strong. And both civilizations have a weaker archer line. And if you would excuse me, give me one moment.
All in all, we've got close deer on both. A little bit better deer situation, I would say, for Wakko. Playing in the red this time for me. Now again, Gold Rush, another map that favors engagements in the middle. Or as we were saying earlier, favors engagements in the middle. Plenty of wolves this time again, which I'm sure are going to come into play in the Feudal Age.
Anyway, sorry about that. My dog was whining on the stairs. She can't go up the stairs, so I had to go get her. But thanks for covering for me.
No, you're fine. Oh,
I had to rescue her. Anyway, I have no clue what you just said, but we are seeing... So right now, villager count pretty even. This should be a fairly good game. Again, both these players are very good. I love Gold Rush. It's such an aggressive map. WakkoTobacco luring extra deer. And Dartagnan is not. He's going to scout out his opponent sooner. Has not actually found the sheep.
Sure, yeah, Wakko's deer are a little bit more conducive for luring. They're a little bit closer, a little bit more direct route. Looks like Wakko's a little bit further over here on the hill. Not the worst thing in the world, absolutely. I mean, you know, they're not going to be the game deciding factor. Dartagnan comes here to lure his first boar.
Yeah. Gonna run back. Hopefully we'll be able to see the sheep. Oh, it's really close. Oh boy.
No.
Actually, you can see it, but they haven't changed colors yet. It's so hard to tell because they're gray, you know?
There they are. Okay, okay.
And it's gonna be close if Dartagnan... Yeah, he's gonna save his villager there. So far, I mean, just from the early game, it looks like small advantage for WakkoTobacco. He's certainly got more food.
Oh, I just heard a Vil go down. Was that for... I think I just heard a Vil die, I believe.
Oh, yeah, KD is 0-1. Where's the body? Where's the body?
Dartagnan, is it on top of the hill? He says, what a... Oh.
Yeah, he's had certainly a very bad start so far. Still hasn't... He's seen the sheep, but has not claimed them yet. I suppose that's what it's called, to claim. Okay, so I was just sorting out an admin thing. Is he going to lose another villager? Don't lose another villager. Okay, that was close.
Really playing it close to the cuff there.
Yeah, so now a few more deer being lured in from Dartagnan. He certainly needs the extra food as lost the villager. He's had a pretty poor start so far. Let me check Dartagnan's scouting. Has not scouted his opponent yet. You can see obviously the relics. WakkoTobacco now just barely finding Dartagnan.
Sure, we've got the boar lure coming in from Wakko here, his second boar. Oh no, what's going on?
Kind of getting stuck in between the zigzags. But there we go. WakkoTobacco, he'll have plenty of food going into the next age. Might want to focus a little more on wood to make sure that he's got enough for his barracks, for his stable. Looks like it'll be a scout build from him. Dartagnan trying to lure the deer, but WakkoTobacco's going to sabotage the deer lure. That is not nice.
That is just beautiful, and I'll be honest, Dartagnan has had some trash talking going on. You love to see that. You love to see the small things like that.
I just looked at it just right now. Yeah, that's not nice. But Dartagnan has not clicked up yet. He's certainly going to take a great scout engagement right here.
And that hill is just so important now. Oh, they're fighting for that advantage back and forth. And you're right, absolutely. WakkoTobacco is going to be up much before.
Perhaps Dartagnan might do maybe a men-at-arms rush. He's up at 21 population. Yeah, he's got 2 on gold. We'll do a men-at-arms rush. The problem with this, though, is when you go with like a men-at-arms rush, you don't want to be this much slower up to the next stage. But on the bright side, WakkoTobacco... No, that actually, this is still another negative. He lost a scout. Dartagnan lost a scout.
Man, and more trash talk. Oh, I love this so much.
Yeah.
Dartagnan just letting him have it.
Yeah, really. I mean, sometimes players can say, you know, you can win a game in Dark Age, and certainly WakkoTobacco has won the Dark Age here. Let's see if he can capitalize it going into the Feudal Age.
The Dark Age and the Mind Games. I'm excited to see. I hope. What are you thinking? Scouts coming out then?
Yeah, it should be. I mentioned before that. Wakko did not have enough on wood. He was taking a lot of food earlier, so it looks like he's a little slow on the stable.
Yeah, those militias were having trouble in the middle. They were having trouble with those wolves. And is Wakko going to see this? I think Wakko is patrolling right in the right area.
And there we go. Finally, Wakko is able to get a stable up. He's quite late on it. When you go for a scout build, you know, you're always thinking about get food, get food, get food. But you need to make sure when you're going up to the feudal age that you have enough villagers on wood in order to get your stable and your barracks up in a good early time.
Absolutely. And it looks like we're going to have, I guess, some tower play coming up already. He's sending some villagers forward. You need to be careful with these wolves. They're right here ready for them, just waiting. And there we go. WakkoTobacco is going to see those wolves.
Another wolf. 3 wolves going to go for Dartagnan. This is horrible. This is a single elimination tournament, too, so...
Those man-at-arms now are coming across the middle. Oh, those bills.
WakkoTobacco going to get a tower up. This is kind of weird, getting that stable up. I mean... Ideally, WakkoTobacco should have 2 more scouts than he has right now. Should be able to fend this off, but since that stable did come up late, this is offering Dartagnan an opportunity to strike. Looks like a little over-ambitious as some of these villagers going to get very close to the town center. That villager was weak from the wolves, so she's most definitely going to go down. Or not.
And yeah, he's gonna wall it out. He's gonna drop a tower. He's gonna wall it out with some houses and some walls. It's gonna be right here in the middle of his base. And you know, maybe this matters. I don't know. There's still scouts coming out. He's gonna be able to keep making food. I don't think this is the worst thing that could ever happen. I think it's gonna be defendable.
Oh, not at all. I mean, that tower does take away the gold there, but I think that you know, ideally WakkoTobacco should be able to take the gold to the south of him, next to that first tower. But that's very important. He needs to be able to take some gold a little later on, so he needs to be careful with that. Right now, he's going to move out with the scouts. Going to run into a few spearmen, so that's not the best play. And that's really going to be a poor engagement for him. Fighting 2 spearmen versus 4 weak scouts.
Oh.
That is horrible, yeah. That is throwing away your advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, rough.
And, yeah, Dartagnan should move out with another tower now. That was... You know, he's got the military advantage now. He can place towers wherever he wants.
Yeah, sure. He has the stone to do it as well. He could drop, you know, one maybe a little closer to the wood line over here if he's feeling ballsy.
Yeah, certainly so far this game has been defined by mistakes by these players. It looks like, I mean, Tobacco should be okay for now. He's got a tower up on his wood line.
Good, yeah, absolutely. Great spot.
I think as long as WakkoTobacco can get some gold this game, you know, get some gold in the middle, then he should be fine.
Sure, absolutely, and he has plenty of stone, and let's check this real fast. WakkoTobacco has plenty of stone to drop another tower as well, and he is. He's dropping one close to home. down near his stone, just to make sure he's very, very secure there. He doesn't want to lose access to that stone. He wants to be able to ensure that he can build towers later on to keep this pushed away.
Yeah, and that tower should ideally stop any tower creep if those villagers did want to come around. We have a tower coming up from Dartagnan. It's it's one tile too close to the tower. Oftentimes, tower battles are so important. Exactly which tile, you place your tower on. One tile can be the difference between a successful and a not successful tower rush, and this tower's a little bit too close.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a bit of a farce there.
So how happy are you right now? We're seeing mostly towers.
This is exactly what I wanted when we started this Gold Rush game. Oh
boy.
I wanted a player coming out with towers. I wanted the other player counter-towering. I love this.
And these are with the towers that cost a little more. They cost 25 wood more. And I tried playing this in a Nomad game once, and it makes a big difference, actually.
I would love to see, Wakko sneak a couple villagers over here towards the Dartagnan and maybe tower that stone. Ooh. Yeah, I think that tower is going to go down, that one Dartagnan built towards the woodline. I think it's going to go down, no problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Even WakkoTobacco getting fletching, which means that this repairing villager could be, could be in potential trouble.
Oh, great. Yeah, great call there. And I think that's a smart move, especially when you're going for a tower rush to get fletching when you can.
But here's the really important thing. Remember, WakkoTobacco needs gold this game. He's got a mining camp up, but Dartagnan is starting to make a play towards the middle, and wouldn't be surprised to see a tower come down right now.
Yeah, absolutely. A tower right there on that gold would be so deadly. Can he wall out these... No, these wolves are going to come in here and just abuse his miners.
This is the worst time for those wolves to come. The wolves had had such a huge impact on this game so far. Here comes the tower from Dartagnan. It's very important that this tower does not go up. Actually, it's an outpost. Fooled me.
Yeah, you got me too.
That's a good way to trick your opponent, actually. But there we go. Tower coming up from Dartagnan. It's so essential for WakkoTobacco this tower does not go up.
Oh. Yeah, he needs some units. He needs some units running around so he can get out here and deny this.
And there we go. He's going to be able to see it right now. We'll certainly get an attack notification as his scout goes down. And he's Spanish. If he wants to build a counter tower, now's the time to do it.
He's dropping a market, and I wonder if that's... Maybe he's worried he's going to get pushed off this goal, and he's going to have to...
He can certainly build a counter tower right now, though. The men-at-arms are in the north, they're not in the south. And he's going to play too passive here. WakkoTobacco's just going to run back now. I think he could have maybe forced up a tower. It would have been really close, though.
He has those faster building builds. I think it absolutely would have been...
Yeah. And let's see if he's even going to make a play to... No, he's not going to go try to attack it. So, in a way, this tower rush has been very unsuccessful, but with this final tower, now suddenly looking a lot brighter for Dartagnan.
Yeah, absolutely. Up until this point, it had not been much to talk about, but now it's really doing some damage. He's got pushed off of his main gold, and now towards the middle, he can't really work in there.
Yeah, so now a lot of stone for all hope is not lost certainly for WakkoTobacco. I think he'll have enough stone for a castle when he goes up to the next stage, and he'll certainly try to force one of those up. And we'll see which player's able to go up to the next stage sooner. Men-at-Arms actually going to get a little too close to the town center. And somehow, is this tower going to go down? How the hell did this tower go down in the north?
Oh my goodness gracious, no way.
Yeah, that should have never happened. I think maybe WakkoTobacco forgot to target the villager until too late. And luckily, those villagers did chop through that forest, and they're going to be able to go batter down that other villager.
Oh, great call. Yeah, absolutely. Good. That needed to be denied.
Okay, we got some weak men-at-arms coming over, though. We'll see if they're going to be able to deny it. That villager has 13 HP left. Some houses coming around that tower.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to box him out just a little longer.
Yeah, it's going to be very close. There might be a hole there. No. 2 more tiles.
Oh, come on.
2 more walls. 2 more walls. One more. House! Oh, boy! Wow, great play. And I think WakkoTobacco might just need another tower just to secure this area, but... That was certainly a very slick move there. Yeah,
he's going to be able to batter that tower down, no problem. Now what? What's the next move now? The Wacko is almost up. He's almost got enough gold, or almost enough stone down to build a castle. I think the play would probably be to build it where it would take down or secure some of his gold.
Yeah, build a tower with all the villagers. I mean, build a castle with all the villagers, then go Conquistadors, and once you're doing Conquistadors the Spanish, you're pretty golden. It's a much harder game for Dartagnan. This tower rush and sending all these villagers for it has taken a lot out of his economy. And he's just trying to get up to the next stage, survive, and probably get down a tower, a castle of his own. And maybe we see Arimbai versus Conquistadors.
Getting closer now, almost castle age. I think knights might be a good play, or conks. I guess if you're gonna go ahead and drop castle, you might as well go conks.
Oh yeah, you always prefer conks over knights, but sometimes it's just, sometimes you already have the stable, or sometimes it's too hard to get the castle, but not in this situation.
I think, okay, we have a castle, we have a new tower up here in the north, towards the wood line, but I don't think it's gonna be much of a problem.
No, not at all. Especially with all these stone walls being built very quickly. With WakkoTobacco. Okay. Very nice plays from him in this game. He's certainly done a lot better job. I have to recheck what his Voobly rating was, but he's playing very well this game against a very good player.
Here we go. And there's the castle.
Yeah, I just get it. I'd get it even closer, but that's fine. That'll take out maybe 2 towers. And yeah, WakkoTobacco's economy doesn't look great, but it should be good enough to do what he needs to do, which is build some Conquistadors.
Yeah, there's some... I mean, he's still so exposed at home, Dartagnan is. Some raiding. There's the knights coming in to help take care of the tower by his town center. Ooh,
so this is going to be really tough, though. If WakkoTobacco plays this correctly, he should have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 Conquistadors out before this castle even goes down for Dartagnan. I think Dartagnan you need to rush up this castle right now. You need to get it up as soon as possible and hope your opponent doesn't send, military your way.
And if you're Dartagnan, where are you thinking about dropping this castle?
Just right there, as soon as possible. I think, time is of the essence. So that should be good enough. We'll secure gold and the stone.
Yeah, it's going to be a fight here on the main middle hill. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and so far, WakkoTobacco not really taking advantage. I don't see a Conquistador out yet.
No, let's see if he has one queued up. Let's check his...
He does, but he waited a little too long, so timing is really important. If that Conquistador was already out, maybe could have denied that castle.
Sure, absolutely. Now we've got an outpost coming up. He's going to get some, some vision here in the middle. These towers are just annoying over here on the north side of his base. He could be expanding to these wood lines. There's also his extra stone back there he could be taking advantage of.
Yeah, so I think, Dartagnan has got a little opportunity to get back in this game a little bit. We have a few Conquistadors coming out. We have the Arimbai is going to be coming out. We'll see how they go 1-1 against each other. I haven't really seen that before. Both these units being used in the same game.
Both have high attack. Wow, this going to be high mobility, high attack. It's going to be interesting. Oh, and watch out. He's going to lose some HP here.
Surprisingly not losing that much.
Wow. And the Arimbai are coming up here to the north. Where is he sending these?
Both the players looking to raid early on. And WakkoTobacco going back for now. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe he wants to clean up those men-at-arms. Or defend a little bit. And really, it's just about a raiding game now, about taking those good engagements. We have a slight economy lead, a pretty sizable economy lead, actually, for WakkoTobacco.
Yeah, and he's up by 11 bills. That's going to make a big difference.
Yeah, and WakkoTobacco's making a play for this tower.
He sure is, yeah. And the Arimbai now are coming in. Let's see how they match up. They're going to be taking out some knights.
A lot of these Conquistadors are already pretty weak. That tower's almost down. This is such an awkward position for WakkoTobacco as he wants to get the tower down, but
Holy cow.
Yeah, that was very close. And now these Arimbai going to get some damage, and Dartagnan, this is a great opportunity for him to come back a bit in this game. And right now, military count 11-2, although Dartagnan has 4 spearmen. But Dartagnan certainly has more Arimbai numbers now, and this could be a huge problem for WakkoTobacco. He's got a good economy. I think monks are the good choice here. He's got a monastery up. And I think maybe look towards the second castle, getting that right up in the middle, too.
Yeah, absolutely. See two new stables coming out over here from WakkoTobacco.
Oh, he's actually going knights, though.
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
You know, we did see the Conks did not stand up as well as I expected them to Arimbai, so...
I think that was maybe due to a lack of health, or we're going to see another engagement here. But, I don't know, the Arimbai tend to do really well against melee units, so I think I would prefer the Conquistador. But, you know, we'll see.
I might have worked in some scrims, maybe, if I were him. You know, the trash
scrims is certainly an option as well. But Dartagnan's kind of in the driver's seat as far as the rating goes. He's down 10 villagers still, so he needs to do some damage.
Sure, yeah, try and even it back up there a little bit. That'd be very useful.
Yeah.
Monks also might not be a horrible choice for the Spanish player as well.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
See more stables coming up. I guess there's gonna be more knights coming out then.
Yeah. But WakkoTobacco's certainly surviving right now. He's gotten a little bit. There's a little bit of raiding being done in the north. I think he should send his Conquistadors up there, and there he goes. He's going to go try to clean that up.
I mean, he's up by 10 units military-wise. That's quite a lead.
It is, yeah, especially with these units. I've seen one particular game where, like, I thought the game was over and the opponent was up by 30, 40 villagers. And then, like, the Conquistador just went in for a huge raid and then just killed 30 villagers and GG. So these units are certainly, you really want as many military numbers as possible.
Whew, goodness. Yeah, a little ball of those Arimbai could just really wreak havoc.
And WakkoTobacco could buy his next castle now. This next castle will be very essential to taking control in the middle, certainly. Or place it in his own base to help prevent the raids. Either way, it'll be very helpful. But Dartagnan's going into Imperial Age.
Ooh, I mean, that is a good choice. Those Trebs are just such a useful unit against in a map like this where it's a lot of castles, a lot of towers. I don't know. I think it's a good choice. We see monks coming in and Arimbai trying to deny this castle in the middle.
Yeah, it's certainly not going to get denied, but he'll lose a few villagers.
Goodness gracious.
But so far I don't like the knight decision. I mean, he's made maybe 4 or 5 knights. Maybe if he had some of those resources, use his market a bit, could be up to the Imperial Age. And Dartagnan should have a trebuchet out. It looks like Dartagnan, just ever since Castle Age, the momentum's been going in his favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Military numbers are starting to creep back up. Now we've got 12 for WakkoTobacco and 17 for Dartagnan.
And I wonder what WakkoTobacco is going to be thinking as soon as he sees Dartagnan's in Imperial Age. What is his plan going to be?
We've got some scouts coming out. I'm guessing those are going to be to take care of the monks.
Yeah, certainly. I don't know. I'm seeing these Arimbai just move out all across WakkoTobacco's map. The Conquistadors not really being able to chase them. Finally, we have Bloodlines coming in on them, so they should certainly do a little bit better. But I have the feeling that I've been checking WakkoTobacco's castles a little bit. They haven't really been making Conquistadors very much.
Yeah, they're an expensive unit. I mean, absolutely, they're an expensive unit. I think the light cav are going to be good fodder. They're going to be good bodies just to get out.
Let's see how it goes in this fight.
Try to take care of it. Now Dartagnan hits Imp, and let's see what he does with it.
And the scouts are kind of staying a little too far back. They're not really coming into the engagement. There's 2 Conquistadors on their own. This cliff is certainly being a bit of a pain. Now the scouts are going to move in.
Those are some good hits.
Yeah. Good hits. They're pretty weak, though. Don't have too many upgrades.
Let's see, has Dartagnan queued up a treb? He should have. He has.
And Dartagnan's about 20 villagers behind, so this is his push. He needs to be able to make a good use out of this. WakkoTobacco, he's got good military numbers. He's got a better economy. He's got 2 castles in the middle. So he's certainly got a lot of advantages. He just needs to hold this momentum of Dartagnan for the meantime.
Good light cab upgrades going in now. I think that would be useful.
Oh yeah, could certainly be great at raiding. The economy of Dartagnan's completely exposed.
Such a strong economy now from the Spanish player. I think this is going to be just
it's great.
So vital.
Yeah, I would say for WakkoTobacco, definitely go for some raiding. And here comes those Conquistadors. They're going to deny a castle. Oh, wow, look at this.
Oh, no.
What did I mention before? Those Conquistadors. How much damage can they do?
Oh, no. This is just not what he needs right now.
Yeah, so you're going to kill 3 villagers right away. 4 villagers. Hopefully we'll run back and be able to save his Conquistadors. Oh, we'll see.
Here come the Arimbai. Let's see this engagement.
And I would just get out of there as quickly as possible. Try to save as many Conquistadors as possible. They all missed.
Oh, he's just diving in now.
Yeah. Actually, after observing all of these misses, I would just try to kill the villagers and run. I would assume as long as the Conquistadors are running, they would not be able to be hit. But as soon as they stop, there you go.
Still, I mean, he's still taking down 10, 15 villas during that raid. That's an effective raid.
Good.
I hear he's just light cab in to take care of the trebuchet.
Oh yeah, at the same time. At the same time. Yeah, I think he'll be able to get... How many will he be able to get? One trebuchet is going to go down right now. There we go. Other trebuchet is pretty low, but it's being repaired. The Arimbai are coming over. This might be unsuccessful. This trebuchet is on 10 HP, 9 HP. And it's going to stay up. 2 trebuchets still up. That's a win for Dartagnan. However, Imperial Age is coming in. We have almost double the villagers for WakkoTobacco. He certainly will lose 1 castle.
Yeah, absolutely he will. Now he's adding some more knights in.
Yeah, I think if he goes full knights, I think there's probably nothing that Dartagnan can do. I don't think he can make enough pikemen with his economy to be able to stop raiding.
Those trebs are going to be so valuable.
Yeah, absolutely, especially on top of the hill.
Oh goodness.
So I think maybe WakkoTobacco did enough, especially with that raid, in holding Dartagnan. We'll have to see. You're gonna mass up these knights now. I mean, really, this goes back to the early game with that tower rush and how much that took out of Dartagnan's economy. Kind of forced him into this fast Imperial play where he's not really invested in his economy. And WakkoTobacco, even though he was raided heavily, still had more villagers the entire game. And now is able to really make use of it and translate to his military now.
Now the Arimbai here are ready to try and take an engagement. You pick up some villagers if you wanted.
Maybe a few, but still there's that 1 castle up.
Yeah.
And we're seeing Cavalier being researched, plate barding armor being researched. As soon as that's done, I think maybe it's time to take the engagement.
Sure.
Here's the thing, though. Arimbai are pretty good. I think they're pretty good against knights, but we'll see. The skirmishers can certainly help a bit, although they're lacking upgrades, I'm sure.
Is he planning on raiding with these knights?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best option.
Okay.
I think force the Arimbai back. I mean, the Arimbai can't protect the trebs and the base at the same time. And yeah, just try to get as many ratings as possible. That town center can only fit so many villagers. And what about the rest of these guys? Actually, this is not a bad defense. I mean, that castle's still there. The Arimbai are going to come back. This is not a bad raid, though. I would have liked to see enough knights to be able to go for the trebs as well. We didn't really see that. And WakkoTobacco could potentially be kicked off of gold now.
Yeah, for sure. He does have his original main gold back here that he could move back to, but it's not going to be nearly as effective. There's plenty of Cavalier here in the back of his base. I guess he's going to try and take an engagement.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a problem with WakkoTobacco's production. He needs more stables, or he needs to queue up his stables. One stable has like 10 knights queued up in it, and the rest are not working. And he's got the resources, he just needs to use it. I think Dartagnan's certainly using his resources a lot better. Although he has less to work with.
Yeah, I mean, the score is showing Wakko is doing a lot better than I think he actually is. I mean, I think it's a bit misleading.
And Dartagnan's getting a little distracted. There's one Cavalier that's distracting the whole army. And WakkoTobacco's going to bring the rest of his army in and take a good engagement here. Going to get a lot of kills on those Arimbai. And take over the middle again.
In these. Oh, and the Trebs are moving back now. But those Trebs are very exposed. Oh no.
And I think WakkoTobacco just needs more military production. I think he'd be alright if that were to be the case. But those Arimbai certainly very intimidating. I wouldn't take an engagement against them quite yet. And WakkoTobacco also making the mistake of getting the armor upgrades over the attack upgrades.
Those scrims just serving as a distraction. Oh, when these villas are coming down, where were they headed?
Where are they going? They might be for another castle, maybe? Yeah, here we go, another castle. That is a game-changing castle, in my opinion.
Oh, that is such an important castle. Oh my goodness.
Of course, the best moments deserve a little more time to appreciate them with some of these pauses. So WakkoTobacco is going to go to the well one more time. Going to try to do a nice raid. See if he can get any more villagers. However, the Arimbai have taken over the middle gold area.
Yeah, and that castle is now going to come up, uncontested. Oh, goodness.
So it looks like WakkoTobacco is going to grab about 10 villagers here. Put back Dartagnan a bit. And Dartagnan is going to try to make a transition into pikemen. It's going to take him a long time to do so, though. But Dartagnan has control of all of the gold now, so WakkoTobacco is certainly going to have to make a lot of skirmishers. Luckily, it seems like it's going to be a pretty good unit for him. And going to bring back his Arimbai, which are, again, not really going to be able to catch out the Cavalier.
Oh my goodness gracious. Whew. You know, and I think the value of him attacking that TC now, is it's just going to take a lot of wood and a lot of time for his villas to repair that. That's interesting. Interesting choice.
I mean, since Dartagnan is only on one town center, every villager matters, and every bit of idle time really matters. So I think the more he can idle these villagers, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. These scrims are actually really, worth their salt right now.
They are, yeah, they have good upgrades now. You don't want to lose, even if you take out 3 skirmishers, you don't want to lose 1 Arimbai. That's the only advantage, really, that Dartagnan has, is the strength of these Arimbai. But these skirmishers, they're pretty good now. And I wouldn't take this engagement if I was Dartagnan. You need another unit to deal with the skirmishers now, which is it's a problem. It's hard to transition to another unit with such a weak economy.
It definitely is. Now, he has his troops set up in the middle of the map. They're taking down some of the buildings. It's not doing too much. As these Cavalier come in, they might be able to take care of it.
And yeah, double the villager numbers for WakkoTobacco. I think WakkoTobacco, could just make a balanced, trash army composition could probably deal with this. Keep adding skirmishers, and if needed, transition to something else. I see if you like cavalry now. I think that'll work for you when you have double economy. And if you're Dartagnan, just try to do the damage right now. Right now is your time to strike.
Sure, absolutely agree.
And he's going to start by taking out a few military production buildings. It's a good start. But he really needs to get a good raid. But I'm finally seeing from WakkoTobacco what I'd like to see, and that's tons of production. I see units coming out of every military building. I think just overwhelming numbers will probably be the best thing here.
Yeah, absolutely right, yeah. Now he's going in again at this town center. I don't think it's going to be as effective this time, but it's still going to be effective.
Dartagnan, he's got to catch 22 here. He can't save his trebs. His Arimbai are moving back now, and he's gonna lose all 3 trebs.
Yeah, what a smart move. Way to split the army there.
And WakkoTobacco's still under that town center, still doing damage there.
Still just hacking away. You're absolutely right. I think he might get it down.
Yeah. The thing is, Dartagnan can't really split his Arimbai up. It makes them weaker if he does that. And he's gonna take this fight against skirmishers as well. Suddenly, that Arimbai number is not looking as intimidating as before, and I think this might be the GG right here.
Yeah, absolutely, it's GG. I think there might be some pride now coming in where he doesn't want to GG it, but...
Oh, there we go. GG.
Alright.
Yeah, Dartagnan certainly had a bit of a bad opening. Had a unsuccessful tower rush at first, but finally was able to take away those golds, which was very good. And had a weaker economy throughout the game, and kind of forced him to go into this, heavy Arimbai play and try to do the damage. Didn't do enough damage, and I really love the play from WakkoTobacco of doing those ratings. Those 3 big raids certainly were something that kept him in this game.
For sure, for sure. The battle here in the middle was just something to see. I, of course, loved the tower play, as you know. It was just a great way to start out the game, and I am so happy with it.
Yeah, that was an excellent game. That was a great Gold Rush game. Perfect.
Oh, just textbook Gold Rush.